Solo: A Star Wars Story, nominated for visual effects, Oscar. This is a pretty huge accomplishment. Visual effects supervisor Rob Rideau shared a video of his household watching the nominations. Let's go ahead and cue that up if we can have it. And he's sitting there with his family, and they're like all really stressed out, and this guy loses it. The family just loses it, like loud. And they're clapping, and they're happy. And why the heck would you not be? It's a great for the nomination, but like the competition is ridiculous. You have Avengers: Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, and Ready Player One, which those who saw Ready Player One all say that it was visually...
Oh, it was stellar.
Story...
Did you see it?
I did see it.
Did you read the book about it?
No, and that's maybe
I've read
why
the book. It's actually pretty good.
But that's not
book
what
to
we're
film.
not really
But,
talking about the story.
Visually, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about visual effects,
Oh,
so that's its strength.
I mean, there are a lot of things I think Solo did phenomenally well. Some very iconic moments that I'm going to have as, like, my top VFX in the Star Wars universe come from Solo.
Okay.
But I think Ready Player One is probably going to get the win on that
See,
one.
I'm going to say no. I think it's Infinity War's game. And I'm not trying to be rude to Rob. I'm not trying to be rude to the folks over at ILM. But when you think about it, Jesse, you saw Infinity War. Thanos, for a purple dude with a really weird chin, looked real.
Yeah, we know where you're going with that one.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could argue that Ready Player One, you saw that same kind of visual effects, and you get triple the amount of effects in Ready Player One in comparison.
So you're really going to tell me that Ready Player One is going to be out the Avengers in this category?
If it were up to me, looking at all the fine details, that's what I would choose.
Oh, come on, live chat. Help me out here, please.
Here's what I think is going to happen with Infinity War. If you look back at The Lord of the Rings, they won Best Motion Picture for Return of the King in 2003.
Right.
But I firmly believe that the middle movie, The Two Towers, was phenomenally by far the best of the three. But it got snubbed at the Oscars because they made a big campaign for Return of the King to wrap up the trilogy and give that movie all of the accolades. So if you're looking at Avengers movie, we've had Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, and it's going to cap off with Avengers Endgame. I'd be willing to bet that they're going to put all of their lovin', all of their campaigning towards Endgame for next year's award season.
I watched Avengers last night, and I watched Solo last night because I wanted to make sure that I was accurate in saying this for this conversation. One, I love Solo. There are great moments. I love that open scene in Corellia where you're tilting up and you're seeing the pieces of the destroyer being sent up into the atmosphere. Love that scene. When you have the Kessel Run, it's phenomenal. I love the world building with the planets. Like even at the very end where he's in the Lando's in the tropical paradise. So subtle thing, would not win an award for it, but like, you know, there was realness, there was texture there. But the first scene of Infinity War to me wins that movie, like wins that category, because you have him there, he's dragging Thor, you have just like the cosmos in the back, like it's all ridiculous. You have the Rainbow Bridge pop out, you know, right before they stab the guy in the chest. I don't know, like I just think it's like I know it's a Star Wars show, and I probably should be rooting for Solo, but I just. No movie can withstand, I think, the Avengers.
You know, it's still a great thing, you know, again, to get that nomination.
Oh, my gosh, it's a great feather in the cap.
Huge thing. But at the same time, I feel like there's potentially biased when it comes to, you know, the Oscars and everything. There's things that... The sad I look at it as, well, Infinity War is probably going to get it because it's Infinity War. You know?
I don't know. I still think it's going to be...
David, and that's fine. What I love about this is you have, like, two different opinions. Yeah. And that's why we like the show, is because we all don't think the same way. I think that's why we have so much fun. Listen, I would love it if Solo won. I think Solo is a great Star Wars story, and I think it's one that I think a lot of fans are going to be discovering for many years and be like, man, why didn't I see this movie sooner? You know, I think that's what's going to happen.
Become a cult classic type thing?
I think so, because I would go Rogue One, Force Awakens, Solo, and The Last Jedi is somewhere after those three. But that's for me. That's my personal list. Let us know your personal list in the chat or in the comments down below if you're catching us on the rewind. Anything we missed there?
I don't think
so. I teased at the beginning of this part of the conversation that one of my favorite Star Wars VFX came out of this movie, so I should probably clarify. When they're leaving Kessel and they're going through that big like tube of clouds and the Star Destroyers coming at them.
And then those TIE fighters blow out. Oh, that's amazing. And then there's like that bank move that he makes where he like takes the TIE fighter and he throws it out of the cosmos. Because I think, they're not in hyperspace. They're on the Kessel Run, right?
Yes.
Like they're on the run, and Han does like this bank move where he like flips over the Millennium Falcon like a pancake, and he just bumps this TIE fighter and just gets blown up. It's
like,
awesome.
If I'm thinking of the Disney era VFX, the two that jump out at me are that one and in The Force Awakens when they're over with Maz Kanata and they're not Imperials, the First Order comes, and we see the like 3 TIE fighters come in with the orange sun setting in the background.
Yeah.
Like those are the 2 moments in the Disney era that are just like, whoa.
Jesse, what's one scene that gets you hot and sweaty? It makes you have to get, a bag of ice. Because your head's getting so sweaty.
Honestly,
In Solo.
I think my favorite Solo movie is the like final showdown.
Okay, yeah, I can get
with
that.
Dryden Voss and
I like
everything.
that. The shot where the ship comes by the coastline there as Han
Yeah.
just stares back up at Kira is gorgeous.
That's another good one too.
I
'cause-
like the classic Western where it's that medium shot of his hand going to the holster with Enfys Nest.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Blast Doors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.